Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you isn't just any rumor or a typical offseason speculation. It's something that could truly shake the NFC East and the entire NFL landscape if it comes to fruition. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade that might send shockwaves through the league and, more specifically, could completely reshape the future of the New York Giants. Yes, I'm talking about a hypothetical, yet increasingly plausible, scenario where the Giants could make a splash in the trade market involving none other than Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Now, I know this sounds like something out of a movie, but the whispers on the league grapevine from reputable insiders like Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini suggest there's real substance behind these rumors. And if you're a Giants fan, you want to pay close attention, because this could be the type of move that elevates the team from a rebuilding project to a genuine playoff contender, and maybe even a Super Bowl favorite in the coming years. Let's set the stage. The Bills, sitting at 8-3 but still looking somewhat disjointed on offense and defense, are reportedly exploring options to reset their roster. Sources close to the team have mentioned that Buffalo could be open to trading Josh Allen after the upcoming deadline, possibly as early as November 22nd. The rationale behind this? Well, it's a mix of things. The Bills are in a bit of a transitional phase. They're holding onto a playoff spot but have struggled to find consistency, especially on defense where they're allowing a concerning number of points, nearly 240 points so far. They have some cap space, around $25 million, but they're also prioritizing extensions for stars like Stefon Diggs, especially after some key injuries like Ed Oliver and Matt Milano's absences. Yet, the biggest reason seems to be a desire to rebuild with a focus on youth, and that's where the Giants come into the picture. Now, imagine the Giants, currently with a 2-9 record but with a young quarterback in Daniel Jones, stepping into a new era with a truly elite dual-threat quarterback like Allen. It would be a game-changer, no doubt. Allen, nicknamed the Wyoming Warrior, is not only one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, but also one of the most dynamic. His ability to extend plays, scramble out of trouble, and make throws on the run is truly exceptional. He's an athlete who can inject mobility and leadership into the Giants' offense, which has been somewhat inconsistent this season. Think about it. With Allen at the helm, the Giants could dramatically boost their offensive production, possibly increasing their total yards per game from around 350 to over 450, and pushing their scoring average well beyond the current 18 points per game. The potential trade, as per the rumors, would involve the Bills sending not just one, but 2 first-round picks, 2026 and 2027, and a second-round pick as well. That's a hefty price, but if you're a Giants fan, you understand that sometimes you have to give a little to get a lot. Allen's contract, which includes a manageable cap hit for a quarterback of his caliber, could be restructured to fit the Giants' long-term plans. And it's not just about bringing in a star. It's about elevating the entire team. Allen's presence would allow the Giants to become a more explosive offense, one that can challenge defenses vertically and horizontally. His experience and leadership would be invaluable, especially for a young quarterback like Tyrod Taylor or a potential future successor in the pipeline. But why would the Bills do this? Well, despite their record, Buffalo is in a bit of a tough spot. They're sitting on a good record but have shown vulnerabilities, especially on defense. They're also prioritizing extensions for players like Diggs after some injuries and underperforming parts of their squad. With $25 million in cap space and a desire to get younger on defense, the Bills might see this as an opportunity to reset. Trading Allen, who has been a franchise cornerstone, would give them multiple high draft picks to rebuild their roster, particularly on the offensive line and defense. That could serve them well for years to come. Plus, it's worth noting that the Bills' offense has been slightly underwhelming, averaging just 21.8 points per game despite their impressive 8-3 record, which might be a sign that they believe a change is needed to push for a deeper playoff run or even a Super Bowl. Now let's talk about what this means for the Giants specifically. If this trade happens, it would be akin to flipping a switch. The Giants could see their odds of making the playoffs skyrocket. Think an increase of around 18% in expected points added per play, according to some projections. Allen's addition could push the Giants' total yardage to over 500 yards in a season, and his impact on scoring would be significant, potentially boosting their points per game from around 18-2 to over 25. That's a huge leap, and it would change the narrative of the season entirely. It's not just about adding a star, it's about transforming the team's identity, giving the offense a true leader who can elevate everyone around him. From a statistical standpoint, Allen's numbers are impressive. In 2025, he's completing around 6% of his passes for about 650 yards in just 11 games. He's thrown 18 touchdowns against only 8 interceptions, all while rushing for 420 yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. When you compare his metrics to Daniel Jones, it's clear that Allen offers more consistency and explosiveness. For instance, Allen averages about 12 broken tackles per game when rushing, compared to Daniel Jones' 4, and his overall EPA, expected points added, per dropback is among the league's best, signaling a quarterback who can truly change the game. Bringing Allen into the fold would also mean mentoring and developing Tyrod Taylor or whoever steps into the quarterback role, giving the Giants a more stable and dynamic offensive core. Of course, this isn't just about boosting the offense, it's about the ripple effect. Allen's presence would likely elevate the entire team's confidence and swagger, especially on offense. His ability to extend plays and make clutch throws could alleviate some of the pressure on the Giants' young receivers and offensive line, who have struggled with injuries and consistency this season. It could also help the defense by giving the team a lead more often, allowing them to play more aggressively and make more turnovers. Plus, with Allen's experience in high-pressure situations, the Giants could see a boost in their third-down conversion rates and overall offensive efficiency, areas that have been problematic this year. Looking ahead, the impact of such a trade would be felt immediately and long-term. If Allen joins the Giants, odds of making the playoffs could see a jump of around 20%, and the team's Super Bowl odds could improve dramatically, from a long shot at plus 50-0 to something more realistic around plus 15-0. It's a bold move, no doubt, but sometimes you have to take risks in the NFL to truly compete at the highest level. The Giants would be signaling their intent to contend now, not just later, and that kind of aggressive approach can energize the fanbase and elevate the entire organization. And let's not forget the ripple effects across the division. If the Giants land Allen and start winning games more consistently, that could push the entire NFC East into a more competitive state, forcing other teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders to elevate their game even further. It's a head-turning scenario that could have long-term implications, especially if the Giants begin a winning streak with Allen's leadership at the helm. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the skeptics. Some will argue that trading away draft picks for a player like Allen is too risky, especially with the Giants still in the midst of their rebuild. Others will say that the risk of injury, given Allen's style of play, could be a concern. But when you're talking about a quarterback of Allen's caliber, the potential upside outweighs the risks. Plus, the Giants have proven they're willing to make bold moves before. Remember the Odell Beckham Jr. trade. And this could be another chapter in that history of aggressive approach to building a winning team. In conclusion, folks, this isn't just idle speculation. It's a real possibility that could reshape the Giants' future and put them back on the map as a serious playoff contender. The idea of pairing Daniel Jones with a quarterback like Josh Allen might seem wild right now. But as history has shown us, sometimes the boldest moves lead to the greatest rewards. The NFL is a league of stars and surprises, and this scenario could very well be one of those surprises that fans will remember for years to come. So, keep your eyes peeled, because if this trade happens, it's going to be one of the biggest stories of the season, and it might just change everything for the New York Giants. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you believe the Giants should pull the trigger and go for Josh Allen if the opportunity arises? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. We want to know if you're as excited as I am about the possibility of this game-changing move. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Giants news. Let's keep the passion alive and continue to believe in the team's bright future, even if it means dreaming big and daring to imagine something extraordinary.